Welcome to another episode of Ruff Talk VR, a weekly podcast with in-depth game reviews, exclusive developer interviews, and the latest MetaQuest and virtual reality news. We join our hosts, the father-son team of D. Scruffles and Stratus today, as they spend another episode breaking down and discussing the world of virtual reality.
Hey, welcome to this episode of Ruff Talk VR. Coming at you with a remote one. We had talked last week that the snow couldn't keep us away, and in the end, we ended up in person.
Right.
And then Mother Nature said, well, hold my beer. Here's round two. And also, 2 weeks in a row, on a Saturday into a Sunday, hit us again, but this time with much more ferocity.
This one had some intent behind it. Didn't like the words last week.
No, it was a good amount of snow, and then there's freezing rain on top of it. So then it's just wet and slippery and just disgusting. So we said, hold up.
Yeah.
We can't be a superhero.
It's also good to
every
exercise the equipment now and then, you know? It's like you can't have it just sitting there to sit there. So
practice remote, you know? It's good. It's its own skill. It's its own vibe with each other. We're so used to having each other. Actually, look at how much couch space I got.
I know you got a lot of room.
Right? Ooh.
I have about the same amount of room.
You have your always famous background, your tapestry, for those watching on video.
I believe this one has not been used before.
Oh, well, you always have some sort of trippy tapestry. Yeah. So that's
old school, man. The original green screen right there.
That's an element of the remote elements I look forward to every time. So before we get in, what are you going to say?
I was going to say, if it gets a nice little wave to it, it'll be moving a little. Give it that psychedelic effect. You know?
That's going to be even better. So yes, if there's a wavy back,
cast, man,
that is not a graphical effect. If it starts to wave, that is real waves.
Old school technology going on here.
And we might cut each other off. We might cut each other off a couple times because we're not used to the little latency delay with each other remote. We're used to each other, like I said, next to each other. So don't be surprised if that happens. But before
now I know what a guest goes through. So.
Well, how about
it's always good to do that too, right?
How about that time I abruptly hung up on you after we were done, and you were like, "Hey,
I got right in touch with you.
Hope we never do that to a guest. That was rude. I think you were saying something. Bloom.
No, I went to just do the all right, goodbye, and you clicked, and it went like what I imagine like death feels like, just click, like everything just ended. Oh, dude, it was so like wow that. Getting cold. Slammed, a phone hanging up on you doesn't feel as like hardcore as that does. So that's why I was like, if that's what our guests go through, we got to warn them because holy crap, that is just so rude.
As a little behind the scenes, we actually do give a warning before we end it. We go, hey, there's some latency. Sometimes there's a delay. So I might click it and you're not talking, but then you go to talk and it cuts you off.
Just so you know.
So if happens.
We're not really trying to be jerks. No, because we've done it to people, and now that I know what it felt like, I was like, oh man,
cool.
But anyways,
so before we get to the news, always have to plug it. Each and every week we have our upcoming Ruff Talk VR gaming showcase, which, as has been said every week, it continues to grow the amount of applicants, but we're selfish. We want them all, so applications do remain open.
Give us more.
Give us all the trailers. So, if you're a developer studio and you are looking to participate in the Ruff Talk VR gaming showcase and you have not yet applied, applications are still open. You can visit the link in our show notes. Really? There's 2 requirements: no copyrighted stuff and give us an exclusive trailer, and we'll do our best to get you in there, right? Pretty simple requirements,
No copy. So my Star Wars spinoff using their actual character likenesses and voices is out of the question. Is that what you're saying? Even calling it a lightsaber.
So I can't.
And the Force.
I can't use this Lady Gaga song in the trailer.
Nah, she'd probably be cool with it at the end of the day, right? Once word got to her that you were being sued to the gills, you'd have to go after something like that people like Metallica, people that have a history of not fucking around.
It's a Napster game, too. We call it the Napster Simulator, and it's Enter Sandman is the trailer song. So
nonetheless, word for word, chord for chord. Just jack the vocals,
So, yes, just no copyright and exclusive trailer, and we'll do our best to get you in there. So, Apply at the link in our show notes, our episode description. The Ruff Talk VR Gaming Showcase as well is taking place, in case you haven't heard the word on the streets, April 4th at 1 p.m. So stay tuned. This is our second annual one. I love the results of our first year. I'm excited to hit it again even stronger this year. So stay tuned.
Man, I was at the local bodega in the center of the hood, and all the homies were talking about it. So
It's the word on the streets, yo.
it's the word on the streets, bro.
They're all talking about. Don't be surprised you see billboards and stuff. No, I'm just being silly. Clearly, we
Billboard.
Get a little,
oh my god. Yeah, I got 10K to drop.
Yeah, and
For people to drive by it. By the time people would recognize what it was, like the whatever 15 drive-bys or whatever, it'd be like we'd be broke, and it would be gone.
So
It wouldn't be worth it.
Stay tuned for that. Like I said, if you're a developer studio, visit the link in our show notes to apply there. And then I do have to say, we had a great time with a game that is not out yet, but we were lucky enough through the developers, VR Kiwi, to get early access and check it out. And that's Ashen Arrows. We played it last night. Single player or co-op reminds me a lot of Elven Assassin, that old school
11 table tennis.
that old school archery game. We had a blast with that game way back in the day.
Oh, Elven Archer?
One of our, yeah,
man.
Elven
back
Archer or
then.
Elven Assassin. I always mess up.
That doesn't matter. We're gonna fuck it up either way. But that's going back 4 years?
Yeah, that was like our original, one of our original.
The graphics look good. If I remember, they did a graphical overhaul on it, right? At one point.
It still holds up to this day. 2.2K total ratings on the store for Elven Assassin. It is Elven Assassin. I just confirmed that as well too.
What's it at for a rating though?
4.1.
Sweet, dude.
And that might
as
be
long as
because
it's been out.
Yeah, and that might be because in Elven Assassin, there's not really like upgrades and stuff like that, but you got to think of it for its time when it dropped. And it still holds up a lot in like VR arcades and stuff like that. But this one, Ashen Arrows, kind of feels similar to that with like a little roguelite upgrade element to it. Because each run you do, it's like the upgrades in there restart, but there are upgrades that you unlock in that run. So it's adds a lot of replayability in that sense to it.
There's a bunch to unlock for sure. I mean, and they got the nice board set. It's weird because until
like,
it comes out, so it's like I'll be a little loose with some of this stuff, but currently, you can see everything that you've already unlocked and what still remains to be unlocked. But like you said, when you go into it, you're not going in all, 4-star everything, or 3-star in this case, or 3 level.
And there's a campaign to it as well in solo. And then when you go into co-op, before you can do the quote unquote saga co-op, you have to do this kind of like set amount of waves run. In this case, we did a wave of 20 waves. And like, I was ready to keep going. So that's a testament to how fun it is.
You can pick, I think it was 20, 40, or 60 waves. 60 would be you were saying it last night. You're like, I want to do the 60. There's so many benefits to the 60. There'll be more to unlock, more to get. And I'm like, yeah, man.
Because
I'm down. You'll feel it in your arms.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and honestly, the archery mechanics in it are good. And it's got that same as Elven Assassin. People come down, it's a little tower defensey. You shoot them with your bow, and you got to defend your base. But after each wave, you get a box that usually gives you 1 coin. Sometimes gives you 2, though. It actually shows a question mark on the box because I take that as it could even be an even wider variety of numbers that we didn't see yet. But most of the time, it's 1 coin. And then on the deck you're shooting from, you look next to you, and there's defaultly 3 different skills for you to choose from using your 1 coin. And so it could be increasing your bow damage. It could be making your arrows fly faster.
That's minimally 3 skills, up to 5 at least.
Because you can randomly get a skill as one of the options that adds another skill to the board, and you can add 2 additional skills. But each time you pick a skill, it shuffles to a bunch of different random ones. and you unlock more skills to potentially get in the game by playing the game and like compete. When I've noticed that the achievements you get in the game, those are new skills for you to get afterwards, because I got the anatomy achievement and then I got it as a skill shortly later.
Plus you get as you're fighting, you'll get new skills. You'll unlock new skills without even having to go to the box.
Yep, that's what I meant from the unlocking the achievements.
And there's some beast ones in there, man.
Like cool shit, like your arrows bounce if they miss.
And
that
we
one's
just
a lot
started.
of fun.
And again, you can upgrade usually every skill. What I've seen to at least 3. So it might be like, do damage to armor wearing stuff, and then the second one will do, even more damage, and then the third one, it's, you're going to shoot them with the arrow, and all their armor shields are just going to go flying off in the air. So,
and I guess I was going to say that the enemies in this are humanoid, like they're humans with armor and like sometimes armor.
Not all are human though, because I saw that troll last night. There was like that ogre troll thing,
and get the dragons.
Beasts. Yep, there's beasts, fucking dragons, dude. Not even funny.
I would say the humans are like the main cannon fodder. They're like the main enemy that comes your way. So that's why I'm like a 60 rounds would be the best, because the amount of skills that you get, if you're getting 1 coin after each wave, like, dude, that's 60 skills at a minimum. At the end, your guy's going to be so pimped out.
You're going to feel in your show. It'd be a great game to have its own bow set, like VR bow.
Oh, yeah. There was a game that had an attachment for one, and it was supposed to become available for other games too. So this would be a great one for it. I mean, I found the archer mechanics on it really good, and theoretically, after you beat the wave of 20, then you unlock a saga to do in co-op. But it was our first time going into it. We didn't do it yet, but I'm looking forward to
day oneers.
But for what we experienced so far, that was a fun experience.
It's good. The graphics are a little hard. They're not the best, the best graphics at the moment. But I can't say much because again, it's not out. So, but did I have fun? Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, they say it comes out, I believe, this month or next month. So,
I don't really expect like anything huge to change with the graphics, but if you're going to gig it for something, that's where you're going to go. I didn't have any major performance issues or anything, so
you can pre-order it now for $17.99.
Yeah, I enjoy it, dude, and I want to play it some more. I want to do the 60.
Yeah,
or minimally the 40 the next time I play it, but
and then I guess we should do 40 then 60, right?
And I'll assume all your solo skill unlocks will carry over to your co-op unlocks.
Well, they said in the tutorial that some skills are exclusive to solo and some skills are exclusive to co-op.
Right. But there is a whole bunch that should be universal, right?
Yeah, and then a bunch are universal. That is an interesting question if the ones that you unlock in co-op that are available in both carry. I imagine that they would, right? Why not?
Because we did the tutorial and then just jumped right into co-op. So
yeah.
We don't know.
I look at a game like this. To me, it is for co-op. Like,
dude, fuck 1,000,000%.
It'd be fun.
It could be half as fun.
But not.
And there's so many like some of the skills, give you like the barricade upgrades, place new barricades, allow you to heal your base.
The additional archers.
Heal
How
your
cool
barricades.
Are those guys?
Yeah. Add extra players, not meaning living, but NPCs. I don't know how good I don't know how good or not good the NPCs do. I was trying to watch them a little last night, but I'm like, I feel like we're getting all the kills.
I like that they're there. They're like a little extra support just in case.
For show. And there's a ton of interactable stuff. And I mean, there's mini games involved. They got, it appears they have this, go on a cat hunt. I don't really want to bring that one up because I don't know if that's staying in or if that's an inside joke. But anyways, there might be a cat mini game that I mistook for not being and just started being mean. They got like,
we were laughing.
Fucking beer mugs you can pick up. They got really like innuendo humor all over the place. Odin. What about that? You must be this tall to be a Viking. Was that one of the
a bunch? And it looks like it that
no matter what, you're not going to be that tall.
It looks like potentially a lot of stuff will add be added? Because there was stuff
Yeah,
I couldn't
that's
find, like the upper world, the underworld, or whatever it was called.
Yeah, dude, I'm all for what they want to do.
And launches.
I won't complain about $17.99 because it's actually lower than 19. I think we had discussed after playing it, like, what would you pay? And it's like, well, I don't know if I'd pay 19. Definitely 14, $14.99, 15 something with tax, but
it's like we got to see how in depth it goes to, because like we blow through the saga in a day. It's tough, but if this is a game that we get dozens and dozens of hours out of, then then it clearly pays for itself. But it does come out this week on February 20th.
Okay, so
right around the corner.
I mean, I had fun. I enjoy it for what it is, but we liked it specifically because of the co-op. I'll try the solo though, because I want to see the carryover.
And it's good to compare, but for a co-op experience, I was like, wow. I went in it, not really expecting the most when I initially saw the graphics, and then I left like that was a really fun VR session.
Yeah, they more than made up for graphics with gameplay for fun, anyways.
Which in the end is the most important part. So on to the actual news. This was a cool one. Into the Radius 2 early access, which dropped on Steam some months ago. I remember checking it out with you like right away when it dropped, which it is the definition of early access when we checked it out. It was still a lot of fun, but was absolutely not finished by any means. But they announced that Into the Radius 2 early access is also coming to the MetaQuest 3 on Q2 2025. So really not far away. And will have a price of $39.99. And it will launch with co-op, just like the Steam one did for the early access.
Coming in with that banging price.
Yeah. Which I wonder if the full launch is going to be even more. Because this is early. Or if they're just like full price at early access launch. I'm curious.
It's a big fucking game, dude.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not crazy.
According to Upload VR, it was one of Into the Radius 2 early access was one of 2 games to pass 1,000 reviews for VR on Steam VR. The other one being Metro Awakening. Damn. And they, according to the developers, it's racked up $3 million in revenue. So they've pulled $3 million in revenue. That's impressive.
Dude, it's phenomenal.
For early access just on Steam? Yeah. Wait till they're on the Quest,
no, dude,
too.
they're going to do so good.
Yeah.
I mean, out of 39, 29, 49, they'll probably still sell it at 49, so 39. Hey.
Let's be real.
Said, it's a lot of game though.
Yeah. We went in there on PC VR and like, it'll be interesting to compare on Quest because it was pushing the limits of PC VR at that time. But I was not expecting to see this come so early to Quest. I thought we would see it come to Quest when it was like done. But they're not playing games. I guess that's what happens when you make $3 million off the game in early access. You can afford to.
I think we can release it. Yeah, we can put it out.
we can hire some people. We can figure this out. So huge props to CM Games.
Well, and the Quest users need it, man.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. A co-op game like this. This is going to be a fun one. So again, huge props to CM Games there.
Congratulations. And what date did you have again for the release?
No exact date, just sometime
just coming soon.
Q2 2025.
Ooh, okay.
So it's really, that's not far away. I mean, that's the first half of the year, man.
Could anywhere between freaking 3 and 4 months?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I
don't know.
I'll take that. Dude, 2025, we're getting Civ, Into the Radius 2. Like already it's let's go, man. Let's go.
I didn't know we were getting Civ. Are you serious?
You want to talk about that again?
That must have somehow slipped by the news.
Yo, play side.
Kind of big news, man.
Play side.
All right, so you want to hear something really cool? I got some good news.
Yeah, this one's a cool one.
Some good news. So you know what sucks though? how do you say Accessilor? How do you say Accessilor Luxottica? Is it Accessilor?
I always just say Luxottica. I don't know how to pronounce that damn.
You actually
name.
dropped that on purpose?
Hell yeah! The only part of that I know how to pronounce is Luxottica, and that's not even 100% that I'm saying it right. It's not my fault that they have
our reputation is not that fantastic with saying and pronouncing things. So then I can't say them. So the news coming from Accessilor Luxottica's CEO Francesco Moleri. I feel so bad. I'm sorry I butchered your name, man. Francesco Moleri. And I'm sure that's not right either. But it was announced Ray-Ban Meta glasses have crushed over 2 million units in sales so far. And what makes it more mind-boggling is they want to increase production to 10 mil by the end of 2026.
Ooh, that's
so
if we're at 2,
dude, that's an 8 million difference from where we are right now.
Yeah, I don't know if they're scaling up too much. Hopefully this doesn't.
No, I think they got some shit coming. Shit's happening.
Because remember, we got the Oakleys coming too, and then we have the HUD display version too. Yep. 8 mil might flood the market. That's insane. That means that they're like,
you know what else that means? That means it might be more price favorable as well.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, let's be.
What are you gonna say?
What the fuck are you gonna say? No, I'm just kidding.
You got a fucking problem? You got a problem over there, Jackie?
I was gonna say, the thing about the Ray-Bans is that they hit a market of anyone. We've talked about this before. You could sell it to a 16-year-old, you could sell it to a 90-year-old, and everybody in between. Like they're a product that can be consumed by anyone.
It's the world's body cam with style.
Like you said, you've been blown away by the people that you've seen in your real life that have picked them up.
And it makes sense. The original go-toers, I totally get it. Going to be more the tech-minded. Even argue, reporters, creators, everybody. It's a new thing. It's cool. And then it hits the general public, and everybody. Again, 80-year-old to teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has. It's such an easy freaking sell. Here's one of the sales I gave someone who in my workplace. I'm like, wow. Imagine if you had those when you went on that like Norwegian cruise, or you went to Scotland, or you went to fucking Paris, and all you wouldn't have to take out a camera, look like a freaking tourist. Just
well, you get to still live the moment versus like when people are recording and they're looking.
Yeah, you're looking at your phone. Correct. That's an underrated aspect of those as well, man. That I don't think.
You get to live the moment as you record it.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah. It's annoying. Imagine you pay all that money to go to a concert and you're looking at your phone.
Yeah, if I ever do a recording like that, and then I always still look. Yeah, I hold and hope. I hope for the best. Kind of look at it for a second point, and then just stare forward. But yeah, no, I mean it's huge to be able to do that. And I had somebody I know tell me that they wanted a pair so that they could do hands-free recording with their daughter, so that they're not like the same reason they don't need to.
What are they doing?
Well, like recording moments of her, like that way they don't need to like get out the camera, get distracted.
I don't know if it was like braiding hair or
No, that way if like something's going on, just a quick boom versus like, it kind of takes away the moment. So,
yeah, dude. I mean, you can get the prescription lenses, but again, I think with seeing an 8 million spike, I would hope that. We're going to see some new tech, which of course may affect price, but then for like old tech, we might see a nice kickback drop. So that's my guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's that's a huge increase in production, but clearly they see a potential for it.
And it's obviously done better than expectation, right?
That's what they've said since it's the overperformer of the Reality Labs product line. And we've talked about this before when we met some people from the team at Connect. that was a really passionate group of people. So it's no surprise to me that the product's so good.
God, man. And everyone knew everything about it.
Yeah.
There was probably nothing about it.
We use it.
Yeah. And there was nothing about it that I don't think they wouldn't have known, like down to the tiniest little screw. You know what I'm saying? Even watching how quickly they set shit up was like, oh, I feel pretty dumb.
I cannot wait for it to be a little nicer out again and go for scooter rides again with my Ray-Bans. Blasting music. It's such a good vibe.
The clears are still my favorite.
Yeah, all said and done. Because the sunglasses one. The sunglasses sometimes are nice for the scootering though, because then the sun blasts off your face. So you have some protection there.
Will say that the clear ones have the changing lenses. They change in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to wear the all black
By
ones.
clear ones, you mean the transparent frames ones that we got.
I forgot we have the clears, the suntans.
Yes. The sunglasses.
The actual sunglasses only, and then the transition lenses with the clear frames.
We are spoiled.
Yeah, I was looking at them, and I got sad because I'm like, they're going to come out with another pair of fucking HUD display. I'm going to need it.
Even the Oakleys is kind of like, man, that would be nice, right, for the scootering?
For scootering, it'd be great because they're kind of more meant for the sporty anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Ray-Bans are more classy, where Oakleys are more of the sport.
Can I give you one beef I have?
What's that?
That I went to go order a prescription pair off their website, and my prescription was too strong. And they go, nah, we don't want to support that.
Oh.
That's a negative point, right?
Well, that's a today issue.
Yeah.
It sucks for today.
If you want up to 8 million units, you got to fix that. So I imagine that'll be fixed. I can understand when it was like, oh, we're only going to sell to 100,000 of these,
They're like, no, we know a setup when we see it, because then we give it back, and then you write a bad review saying how heavy they are. Fuck you, we're not doing it.
Like, nah, bro, I know what I'm getting into. There's reason my frames look like they look like now. That's another reason I kind of... that's the Ray-Bans like scheme to them is pretty similar to the glasses I wear on a regular day to day anyway. So let's see.
No, they're nice, man. I love the Ray-Bans. I love the operation of them. I love that more people are getting to use them. I love that you can voice activate the thing. It's got it's Jesus, man. I mean, you got built-in AI right in it. If you don't like the way, you can even change how you want to communicate with it. It's doing a lot of shit, man. Soon to do a lot more.
I remember when the 3-minute recording feature came out, and I was like, oh, I definitely want that. But I actually think I like a minute for recording more these days. Just because the 3 minutes kills your battery, and then it's so much to look through later.
Life is like TikTok, dude. Just 1 minute at a time. Just 1 minute at a time.
Anywho, though.
No, I agree. And for scootering, it was great, though, especially around Europe.
Congrats to Meta, though, on a very successful product launch. And now, this one's cool to hear, but sad to hear the end result. In a Twitter response, or I'm sorry, X response, talking about Team Beef's Quake 3 port and if they could make it official and actually canon or anything like that. John Carmack responded saying, and remember, he's a co-founder of ID Software and was the lead programmer of Quake 3 and created Quake, but he sold ID Software to ZeniMax, so he's not the IP holder, especially as ZeniMax was purchased by Microsoft. So now it's Microsoft owns Quake. But Carmack, he still's got connections, and he said that he tried his best to make that an official port, even going as far to guarantee 1 million in sales for them, and they weren't interested. That was still too budge. He basically alluded that that's not a big enough number for a company like Microsoft, which that's unfortunate because it's like this guy's like, look, it sounds like he's willing to front the million if it doesn't make him, if it only sold $1 and he's guaranteeing 1 million. Where does that money come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
him. So,
well, that would be the guarantee part of the 1 million.
Correct. Obviously, if it passed 1 million, then he doesn't need to pony that part up. But that's upsetting, man, that didn't even move the conversation forward. I mean, it's not even like telling them to, like, Microsoft to develop it. It's like, let these guys just release it. And if it had that official release, dude, come on. It's cool to hear Team Beef has that amount of support from John Carmack, though.
Oh, dude, the reputation's no joke.
Well, look at the end results.
Team Beef, that's legit.
It's
and nice human beings too, man, which makes it even cooler.
Goodness.
Mm-hmm.
They were awesome to meet in Germany. Yep. Wicked cool group of people. Great products that they put out, and again, this one was
undeniably cool.
This one was a cool story to hear. Like I said, just bummer on the end result that it didn't go anywhere, but who knows? I mean, if they have that internal support from him, maybe one day we will see it fully ported over. When I say fully ported over, I mean with, like, the official release, because their Quake and Doom ports are as good as it gets.
All right, so from some of the OG developers of Alden Dynamics, Waltz of the Wizard, who actually did hand tracking on Quest 1, I believe, if I'm correct.
Oh, yeah, they had hand tracking on the Quest
1, yeah, or the original Quest, we'll say. But Waltz of the Wizard is now the first PlayStation VR2 game that will support hand tracking.
Ooh, that's a brand new feature.
Using gesture movements, but still, if you've never had it, I guess anything you get, and for the game, it makes sense that it would be gestures. So,
well, and people have done a lot of side-by-side comparisons of the Quest hand tracking and the new PSVR2 one, and it looks pretty impressive. It's
all you gotta do is work, dude. It's not like you're not going to get force feedback. It's like that's just the way hand tracking is. But if it works, I mean, that's a great start, because now others can do it.
I was going to say, hopefully that means other games can do it too, because there's so many games on PSVR2 that the Quest version has hand tracking, just like mixed reality. The Quest version will have mixed reality, but then the PSVR2 version doesn't. Like Infinite Inside on PSVR2, no mixed reality, because there's mixed reality.
So. No mixed reality. So the question I have is, do you think it'll have a learning system similar to Meta's, where the more people that use hand tracking, the more data that it can learn from?
It would be a
and get
damn
better
shame not to. It would be
surprising if it didn't.
Not to.
But it must, right? Or do you think
it has to?
Because why has nobody done it before?
It would.
Why is it taking one of the original people that did it back in the day to do it first, more or less?
Because Sony didn't support it on their headset.
Yeah.
It wasn't an option for developers. They must have gotten some inside connection,
right?
Pass through. Sony must have approached them and said, "Hey, we want to," because they demoed it at a game conference a couple months ago, and people were like, "What the hell is this?" And now here we are with it. But hopefully that means it'll come to more and more games.
Yeah,
I was going to joke with Meta's hand tracking, like you said, how it learns from motions. Like, what do you think is the motions of the hand tracking? Then it can track the best. Like, it can probably track waving really good. It can probably track the punching motion really good. For some reason, it tracks the shake weight motion phenomenal.
That's like the most.
That's where they got
so
the
you
most
can
data.
Enjoy your Steam game, man.
That's where they got the most data.
Waving your arms around on Steam games isn't what it's about, right?
Too funny.
That store library is like, oh my God, you could do a whole show just reading off some of the funny games. And I can't believe they show previews.
What's messed up is I have on my search filter, not safe for work filter, like on. So like not safe for work content doesn't show up. Obviously, like M-rated games do, but when they say NSFW, we know what they mean. But yet, if I search the VR section, these borderline hentai games still show up. It's like, just be honest about what you are.
There are some that by title alone.
Jiggle Sim 3000. I made that up
worse,
too, by the way.
Worse. I'm sure if you Google it, there's probably a Jiggle Sim.
But we'll try
I don't want that in my search history.
We'll try to keep going through the news as well too, as we have a loaded one, and I think that we're both going to end up very silly being remote. So
remote usually is it is a different vibe, man.
Yeah,
it's like
always is. So this is a cool one, as it's a game we love, Ashen Hero from Fast Travel Games. They've done a great job of already having a couple updates, including their crotch shot update. Remember that the other week?
Yeah.
Well, now they put out a free new update called Cult of Darkness. So this update brings a new horror-themed level into the game, which actually brings the total number of levels in the game up to 12, which is impressive.
Yeah, dude. It's not an easy game.
No.
The game is not a walk in the park.
Well, then they also launched a
one
new
of my
game
favorite
mode.
games, though.
They launched a new game mode with this update as well. It's an arcade game mode, which encourages you to replay the levels with efficiency and speed in mind. So
that's kind of how I play it already.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? There's no room for error.
I'm curious what the arcade mode entails.
I'm sorry, but when a bullet hits you in the game, do you not die? Maybe I'm playing it wrong.
Speaking of that too, they added new weapons with this update as well too. So this is a pretty meaty update. New game mode, new level,
that's pretty good,
and new weapons. So huge props to Fast Travel Games there.
Fucking great game. Actually, one of my favorites. I said it before, and I'll say it again. No, I knew when we
Gamescom.
Yeah, I knew when we played it. Then I'm like, this is something special, man. Because again, I figured if the game does well, they can just keep adding different movies, right? It's endless and go on forever. Similar to I Expect You to Die. Still waiting on word on that, aren't we? And that was a free update you said too, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure my ears heard properly the word free, which is pretty huge because you figure, what would you pay for a DLC? Like a whole new chapter?
Probably like $4.99.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Boom, 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 boom. Walk about it. Why not, right? So, a game we've loved. Love it so much, I might actually start playing it on flat screen just to play it, just to see the difference. But Thief Sim VR, which I wouldn't be playing on flat screen, it would just be Thief Simulator. But Thief Simulator VR Greenview Street has sold over 300,000 copies.
That's very impressive.
So, dude, that's fucking awesome. If I remember correctly, it was a $20 game, was it not?
Something like that.
Maybe it was $14.99.
That was one of the first games that pulled off good driving mechanics on the Quest.
That was, dude, that was the one where the first time I got in, and didn't they make it easier to start the car now too, versus how it used to be?
You can change it in the settings, I think, but it used to be able to it would have turn the key in the ignition, and sometimes it wouldn't start, so it created that panic effect.
Well, when you hear the sirens coming on you, dude, it's one of the few games that
it felt like a movie. Like,
you needed to get away, and you put the key in, you open the door, you put it in the ignition, you turn it, and like you said, just like, oh shit, man, the cops are coming,
Dude, it was awesome.
But yeah, the driving mechanics worked. That was my funnest experience, like going around just smashing people's shit and
check this
stuff. And
the studio 3R Games, they later clarified that 300,000 number only refers to their Quest sales, so that doesn't count their Steam or PlayStation VR2 sales.
That's called the slush sales.
But I mean, good for them, man.
I'm happy for them. I hope that means that they're going to continue, and they've already brought many updates to the game, so some DLCs.
Yeah,
if it's not broke,
they added a whole new neighborhood, whole new neighborhood in there. So that's impressive.
Would you like to steal in the neighborhood? I know you could. I know you should. Thief salmon up in the neighborhood. All
so
right.
this next one's a cool one because it's Palmer Luckey, OG, a legend in the world of
Mr.
virtual
Luckey.
reality.
Scary individual, but yes.
Creator of Oculus, now makes drones. What can you do? You know,
Drones.
But
No. He makes killing drones, not drones.
AI powered drones. Dude,
Even
Palmer
better.
Luckey was such a loss for the VR industry. Like the fact that he got outed out of the company, and then was not working on the Oculus side of things anymore was definitely a loss, a huge loss too. But being an innovative fella that he is, he took it and ran and became a defense contractor and is probably making a lot more money now with his company Anduril. We know us and are able
very close to Adderall.
our ability to pronunciate things, but it was announced that he is taking over as the U.S. Army's IVAS HMD program. Before that belonged to Microsoft's HoloLens, but with a customized unit, which the goal of IVAS is to equip every U.S. Army soldier with an augmented reality headset to expand their situational awareness in combat. Obviously, they're not at the point yet that every soldier has one, but that's the end goal. So now he is taking over the project. If I remember correctly, like a year ago, there was a little bit of some complaints on the Army's end regarding Microsoft's ability to deliver with the HoloLens on it. Dude, this is a pretty big contract. It's a 21 billion contract over 10 years. That's not bad.
The guy's a friggin' genius. And it does suck that on the consumer. I mean, it's great for the military.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny that if it wasn't that, it would be probably entertaining us as consumers.
Right? It's like he just went on to even bigger things. But I wish the VR gaming side still had the fella. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's not even like there'd be nothing at all reason why do it, at this point with a contract like that. Are you freaking kidding me?
Homeboy is crushing it. And
it's not even funny, dude.
Just a couple months ago, Microsoft discontinued production of the HoloLens 2 as well, too, which was the unit that was customized for the IVAS program. So
interesting.
Let's see.
Huh? Yeah, no, like I said, sucks for the consumer, great for the military, and kudos to him. He is the dream interview, is he not?
Yeah, there was some complaints with the HoloLens. There's one including headaches, eye strain, nausea, reliability issues with essential functions sometimes failing, and amongst other things. So in comes Palmer Luckey.
Bunch of garble we would never understand even if they told us.
Dude, U.S. Army rolling in with fucking augmented reality headsets into combat.
Remember, shit.
Brother.
Anything that we see was made.
I know
10 years ago,
decade
old. So who knows?
Just imagine that.
What scary monsters are. Could be full blown mechs, dude.
These fucking
Flying
Gears
mechs.
of War looking mofos with augmented reality headsets on, gunning shit down. Straight out of a movie.
Well, not for nothing. Think of almost any game, even Red Alert 2 and shit, where you can drag and do a whole troop as one person, So move 40 people as one. Put them in whatever formation you want. Set them to attack mode, so if it moves or breathes, it dies.
These guys are going into combat with HUDs. With displays.
Now, the future award does not involve people, though. So,
yeah, that's the interesting part.
Yeah, well, the people will be on the controlling end. The machines will do the work.
Like the Tesla robots. Just have somebody on the other end with
I think more like Boston Dynamics.
They say that somebody wearing a VR headset doing movements remotely, controlling the robot, is like some of the best data training that they can get for the robot getting natural movements. Like somebody on
human movement.
Yeah, somebody miles away, like picking somebody up in a VR headset, controlling the robot, and the robot doing what the human does. Like that is apparently some of the best data they can get.
It kind of makes sense.
Don't be surprised if one day we see boxing where somebody's fucking in their living room with a headset on, but there's a robot somewhere punching another robot.
That was a movie.
I think so.
Yeah,
it sounds like it would be.
If Diane were there. But they took him. Yeah, the main dude from the group. I can't think of what his name is.
But
I swear to God, man,
I know exactly what you're talking about. What a trippy musical group. But
yeah,
huge congrats to Palmer Luckey on this. This is a huge contract too.
Yeah, kudos. We'd love to get you on to talk about it someday.
To be honest with you, we get him on. I'm asking a lot of other shit besides that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's.
But yes, to talk about
funny.
To talk about that.
Funny. Oh no, fuck that. I agree with you, dude. Take the bait. Come on to talk about that. But there's 59 million other things we'd rather talk about. I'm quite sure. So, a company we love, a name we trust, haptics, makes some of the best freaking haptic vests that we own 2 of them, correct? Which were courtesy of the MetaQuest Creator Program, I will mention. But Masters of Light now supports haptics. So that's huge news for haptic users. It's a great game. Anything that supports haptics just makes the overall experience better, especially if it's something where you're going to take some shots or get hit. To know where it's coming from is a world of freaking difference. So other than relying on screen, which fails for me all the time because I'm too busy looking at other shit.
I wonder if you're going to get, I imagine, if you're going to get some haptic effect every time you do a strike.
I would think so.
Oh, it's going to be a fun experience with the haptic vest.
Yeah. But they put their tweet out, or X. We don't call them tweets anymore. They're X's.
I still call them tweets.
Everybody does, dude.
Retweet. What do you very few people a re-X?
A re-X. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like
tweet was just kind of a verb. Yeah, I'm. Whatever. The name of the platform is X now. It is what it is. I'm not sitting here crying about that. But I'm just going to say, like, when referring to the actions on the program, on the platform, yeah, tweets, retweets, they're still tweets.
Tweeted on the X.
Yeah, why can't that still work, right? Just because it's called X, they can't be tweets?
It has no choice. Well, we still say Oculus.
What are you going
right?
to... Although it's funny, every other platform you just say posts, but Twitter, it's like, well, what do we call them if they're not tweets?
I'm living on edge. Meta's going to drop the name and start calling it the fucking Horizon World headset. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we're one memo away from it changing again when it should just go back to Oculus.
Yeah, that's the change I wouldn't mind.
Right? Nice solid name, solid logo. Boom. Say it all. Then you can have your Horizon Worlds and whatnot. But anyways, Masters of Light.
Nope, cool stuff. Great studio. And actually, they just came out on PSVR2, but without hand tracking, because hand tracking didn't exist. But they're a very hand tracking heavy game on the Quest. Maybe we'll see them get hand tracking on PlayStation VR2. No, that would
maybe
be cool.
They'd be making some calls to Waltz the Wizard and being like, yo,
who'd you talk to? How'd this go down?
How the hell did you do that, man? That's the way that's going to go down.
This is an interesting one. Ready at Dawn was a studio purchased by Meta that, they were making flat screen games, including working on versions of God of War and such like that, spin-off versions. Very prestigious studio. They put out Lone Echo 1 and 2, which were some of the most polished PC VR experiences that have come out. But Meta bought them. They put out Lone Echo 2. And then they also had Echo Arena, which was an unbelievably loved game that was unfortunately shut down. And we heard the outcry when it was shut down. And then shortly later, the full studio was shut down as well. So Ready at Dawn no longer exists. One of the studio co-founders, they did an interview with MinMax, which is a YouTube channel that actually the a moderator on the Ruff Talk VR Discord, Shoes, he's talked about min-max a bunch to me. They did an interview with one of the co-founders, Andrea Pacino. It was a long 2-hour interview just about the studio's history, its time with Meta, and the closing. And according to them, at the time according to Andrea, at the time that they were shut down, they were working on quote unquote the most revolutionary VR game ever, or one of the most revolutionary VR games ever.
Okay.
But Meta didn't want to support them anymore.
That's quite a statement to make.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear what happened. Because they shut down Echo Arena, which remember that outcry when they shut that down?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and people,
that sucked for people that really enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, there's still a void. I mean, there's probably some people that put down their headset for good because, like, your favorite game goes away. You go back, you find another game. You know what I mean? Oh man! And then they put out Lone Echo, which was so well received, according to Pacino. I apologize too, as we say earlier in the episode, if we make any pronunciation on name or anything like that. It's not our strong side by any means. We
established that.
He did say at the time before they were purchased by Facebook that they were saved by being contracted by Oculus to make the original Lone Echo, and that they were amazing to work with at that time. And then it sounds like when they were actually purchased is when things kind of slow down. But I mean, like, there's always two sides of the story. Like, there's more. I'm so curious what went down. Apparently, according to him, they went through 2 rounds of layoffs, and then that eventually led to the full studio closure. They were the one of the studios that they purchased that just never put out a game on the Quest. And it's like, for such a high quality studio, I feel like it's a shame to close them before you even get one Quest game out. Well, besides Echo Arena, that came out on the Quest, and that was a 10 out of 10 of player reception. But like, I mean, like a full actual single player game, they never got that chance. Tragic.
No, I don't think we'll ever know why.
No, I'm surprised that this guy's
weirder,
coming out and said as much as he did, because usually I feel like on those things like hush hush, like NDAs and stuff like that. Maybe it expired. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he's like, fuck, I reviewed my paperwork. I never signed shit. You know what I mean?
I signed shit. They had to throw my ass out.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm not signing that. I got a lot to say. No, I mean, I get it. I mean, you can't be forced to sign an NDA after the fact. So
it must be so unfortunate in the sense that, like, dude, Facebook buys your studio. They got bought by Facebook in 2020. You're like fucking golden.
Yeah,
we're you know, and then the only thing that they ever released from there was a game that they were already working on with Lone Echo 2. And then their most successful one with player base, Echo Arena, gets shut down. They go through 2 rounds of layoffs and they're closed. That's unfortunate. But there's definitely more here to that too. Well, like you said, we'll probably never know the full story, but
never gonna know.
Now this has sparked my interest. Hopefully we hear a little more, you know?
Sometimes good things can come from bad situations. So yeah, something good might actually come of it. Kind of a downer though. On more of an uplifting note,
as it's all cloudy and rainy and
yeah, I'm like, look at it. I'm kind of like, I see how even outside, I'm like, wow. Well, the episode we did a couple weeks ago, which was like 75% just like beating of doom and gloom. It's like, wow, is there game shit going on in here at all?
This should be like if Stalin covered VR news.
Dun, 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 just steam stacks, industrial shit. Everything's great. Communist, you know, just fucking European music blasting.
I'm glad we have.
Man, this is our summer. That's what you thought too, right? The steam stacks. My whole neighborhood just a fucking steamy, smoky. So kind of like a game genre we like, sandbox simulation, narrative, God mode. Hato God is coming soon. I don't have a release date from Thoughtfish GmbH. I'd rather just call them Thoughtfish Studios. But anyway, single player game. You're playing God, man. You can be nice. You can wreak havoc. You can be, instill fear on your people. You'll be able, it's going to have upgrades. You can upgrade God powers, battle against other gods, guide your villagers, complete story quests, and much more will be revealed soon. And I like how they end it. What kind of God will you be? And it has that deism vibe big time to me. Well, but it seems like they're just going to take it a little to the next level, I think. But
we want to hear something that's a very good sign of it. Do you know what else that developer has made?
Do tell.
Because I knew that name from somewhere. They are the developers of Living Room VR.
Okay.
Remember Living Room?
Yep.
So, I mean, if that's any indication.
I like cool. These, I like there's going to be challenges and shit, so it seems like it's almost going to be like there might be a campaign.
Yeah, I love this style of games.
Yeah, dude, there's not enough of these at all. Like, legit. I mean, Little Cities is cool for city building. Yeah, there's no release date either.
Hey, I definitely want this one, though. This one looks great. Hey, hit me, hey.
And, of course, there's no reviews, kind of game you're running over here. No staged reviews.
This one looks really good.
Yeah, I think what graphics we're seeing, I'm thinking are going to look a little better in headset than they do.
It says command your own armies and battle against
man, because you
gods.
You can take out other gods.
Come on.
So, like I said, it seems like it's got that deism vibe, but it's got more of like an overall
conquesty vibe to it.
Purpose than deism, which was more of a free flow, do what you want kind of thing.
Riddle me intrigued, to say the least.
I'm excited. I just wish I had a date.
I know it just says coming soon, but that could be a year.
Yeah.
But hey, if you want to help test it out a little bit,
I'd be happy to give you my opinion on it, kind sir.
I'd be happy to tell you how it's coming along in its current state.
I would love to. I have a resume. I've done game testing before. I can be trusted. What do you need me to sign?
I'll keep my mouth shut, is basically what I'm saying.
I like to use Spoon as a reference, but good luck trying to get in touch with it.
So, Tier 1 direct action, an upcoming VR shooter that we actually had the developers on for an interview back when they were running their Kickstarter. I think that was like in July, right before Gamescom. But they're actually going to launch in early access, coming soon on the Quest on February 20th this week.
Yeah.
The early access is going to be $13. So start to build up that player base and that audience, it seems.
13. Like $12.99.
Let me go to the actual store page.
It's not like a deal killer, obviously.
I can't see off going to the store page. According to the Upload VR article, it says $13.
Okay.
Maybe that means $12.99 though. You're very correct that could be what it means. That's not a bad price for a shooter in early access.
I'm not upset about it.
I'll check it out. They say that they target a late 2025 launch. Again, this is just the early access part. Sounds more like definitely like a beta early access, not like hey, we're letting you play a little early. It sounds like it's still in the works then, if the full launch is not till the end of the year. Something to keep in mind with it as well.
Okay, but still, price is pretty damn good.
Yeah, very fair price.
All right. So, new mixed reality puzzle game coming.
This is one of the times that you sent me an email of the press release and we're like, hey.
Yeah, I like these kind of games. So, I'm like, all right, I'm fucking down in VR. But currently, actually, I will mention you can pre-order it now for $12.99.
Ooh, same price. That's very fair, as we just said.
down from its listed price of $14.99 for a pre-order, but it will not be coming out until March 17th, 7 a.m. PST time. But it's from Cat City Games, both developed and published.
Love the name.
Balls to the wall. And if you're not thinking, put your balls to the wall, man.
To the window. To the wall.
It's funny you go the rap scene and I go more of like the old school rock.
I go Little John till the sweat drips down.
But in my version, I actually say it, man. But no, it's like everybody's played these kind of games. I mean, right? You got to match pairs of 3 or more. It's going to be mixed reality, 20 levels, arcade style action. Yeah, shoot groups of 3 or more marbles to score points, swap marbles, build longer chains. Tell me anyone who's never played this kind of game.
Yeah,
why
I love
won't
this stuff.
And it's gonna be in mixed reality, correct? Yes.
So you said March 17th? That's exactly
March
1 month away.
17th.
Let's go.
Yeah. 7 a.m. PST time. Currently pre-order $12.99 full price. If you drag your feet on it, which you know, hey, whatever, $14.99. So even if you do, it's not the end of the world.
Some good games.
Yeah, that one when
episode so far.
That one I admit I reached out to you about. I was like,
Hato God,
so
Balls
Hato
to
God,
wall, Into the Radius 2. My guy, this is good times ahead in 2025. Like I said too, we don't need to go deep into it, but Civ coming
Civ.
soon.
You keep saying that. Is that true?
Go! I am hyped. But anyway, we have reached that point in the episode for our Patreon shout out. As always, huge shout out to our Patreon members on our on-air shout out tier. That goes to Asim, Amelia, Carson, Earth Witness, Aspire Mike, Jake, Crispy, and Shoes. Thank you all for your continued support. You can join that list as well by visiting the link in our show notes and becoming a member of our Patreon tier, which also gives you a fancy coloring on your name in our Discord server if you join our Discord. As well, it gives you access to an exclusive chat room in our Discord server as well. But even if you're not a member of the Discord, I'm sorry. Even if you're not a member of the Patreon, you can still join the Discord and chat. We have a whole bunch of awesome people in there. Really great community in there. Flat screen game discussion, VR game discussion. I say it every week. Book clubs, game meetups.
If you're just having a bad
sessions. Yeah, just go
somebody
in there
to cheer you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually, I mean, the overall vibe it's pretty damn cool.
If you're bored, just go in there and talk. Like it's a good place. So you can find the link for that as well in our show notes. Same spot you can find the link for our Patreon link as well. But you were going to say?
No, nothing.
Okay.
I got nothing.
So as always, huge thank you to those members on our Patreon shout out here. And also thank you to everyone that tunes in each and every week. If you enjoy the podcast, be sure to subscribe on your favorite audio platform, or if you're on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment. That feeds the algorithm. It gets hungry. And then also
shake weight that button, baby.
If you're listening on an audio platform as well, something else that you can do that helps us a bunch is rate us 5 stars. That's always a good time, right? So drop us a 5-star review on Apple. That. Yeah, they seem to. So on Apple, Spotify,
don't jinx that shit, man. Knock on wood.
Whatever platform you listen on, drop us a little 5-star review there. And we'll be back with you with the rest of the news. So getting back to the news now, this one's kind of a little somber, but at least it's still coming. Dungeons of Eternity on PC VR through Steam has been delayed until Q2 2025. I believe they originally before wanted to launch a little bit earlier this year, but I remember when we talked to Ryan the last time.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
Well, because the PC VR port wasn't even announced yet, but he was speaking theoretically if they did a PC VR port. They didn't just want to bring the Quest version to PC VR. They really wanted to do it right and really max out what is capable on PC VR. So it sounds to me like they it needs more time in the oven to really max that out. They could have done a 1-to-1 port at any point, right?
Q2 is not that far away, as we talked about earlier. And how excited are you to play this on PC VR?
Well, especially if there's delays, again, that means that they're not just doing that bare minimum. Like they're
not
really
known
enhancing
for
it.
bare minimum.
No,
nor would I ever think they would allow bare minimum. So
this is a great game for the PC VR audience to get their hands on. For the people that don't have Quest, like this one's amazing. I think it would do good on PSVR2 as well. I mean, I think that this should be on every Pico. This is such a good game; it should be everywhere.
Mm-hmm. No, dude. I mean, it's especially because you can play it with friends. So I already know it's going to go over well with a lot of the PC VR gamers. I already know. It's like it's a great freaking game, dude.
I looked on their store page the other day, and it was kind of cool. We're on their Quest store page.
Oh, for the award.
Yeah, for winning game of the year.
Yeah, well deserved too.
Looking cool. They got a good little trailer on their Steam page,
dude, and they haven't slowed down. The game came out, and all they've done is just keep adding, pushing, adding. It's like, come on, man.
No,
now they're going to get it for PC VR. That's huge. As far as them as a studio with their growth off of this game. But you look at the people behind that studio, and it's like not surprising. If we didn't know the people and we just looked at the resumes of the people who work on it, you'd be like, good googly moogly. You know, like I certainly have all the faith they'll do it.
We're on their Steam page as well, too, under the awards section.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. But very well-deserved award there. So just a bit longer PC VR crowd, but it's coming. Equally as excited to check this out on PC VR, even though I hope there's no hours.
Well, I'm more excited to start over.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds.
Well,
get to relive the whole start from the beginning, versus
I agree.
Having all the shit we have.
I don't want to make a new character on Quest either, because
and we're not coming out of the gate playing the hardest mode.
No.
That's not even an option.
No.
So
we probably shouldn't even be doing it at our character's current level on the Quest.
No, not at all.
Look at the results.
We're losing more than... Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's like a casino right now.
Still fun,
the Dungeons of Eternity house is always winning with us. Okay.
That is top tier.
So speaking of co-op, I really like the flow of these categories this week. Sometimes I think we just nail it. But Green Hell VR is added with patch 2.0.5, the ability to turn on and off friendly fire for co-op.
Which we've actually hit each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I called it the cheat mode. I'm like, okay, at this point it's cheat mode. What's next is like, just nothing, full blown God mode. But no, when you're playing with your friend, and it is possible to whap your buddy and stuff. So it's not
the first thing we did. You picked up a giant stick and started fucking me up. I was like, hey, that's damaging me. I don't know if you remember that.
That was for science. That was not for entertainment.
It wasn't a small stick you picked up. You picked up a log.
A log, yeah. Can we bash you with this? Come here, I got something to tell you. But no, we do that in every game. If it's co-op. Every single game. And then what's even worse is when we see that it hurts the other person, we do it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see how much it hurts.
Yeah. Fucking Ghost of Tabor. Take one right in the head. Like, uh-oh. And
then we found that time in Tabor you tried to shoot past my shoulder?
Yeah, I shot you right in the head.
You tried to like a movie? You tried to shoot next to my head?
Dude, your ear would have been pouring blood.
Yeah, well,
if I had really pulled it, for you can't do that next to someone's ear.
Clearly not in Ghost of Tabor either.
Literally,
I died.
Would start bleeding. But anyway,
clearly it happened in that game too.
Back to Green Hell VR, fantastic. Love the co-op survival.
Has surpassed my expectations.
Yep, 100%. So now you can actually not worry about killing your buddy for sport or accident, but please enjoy.
Cool stuff. And now on this next one, another VR game that has continued to add new features, which is amazing for not new features, new content for how long it's been out, but real VR fishing, what I would consider the premier VR fishing.
OG. I wish they do a hunting game.
Dude, they are the premier.
Real hunting. Real hunting VR.
Real VR hunting.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, they're so good.
They nailed it with environments, with mechanics, being able to play multiplayer.
Even to the feedback of the controller.
They've continued to roll out new content that's like worldwide, meaning like they highlight different areas of the world. And they have announced their next DLC pack. It is a Europe DLC Volume 2. It's going to feature 10 new locations across 4 countries in Europe: Germany, France, Italy, and Spain. And then it's also going to introduce, because hey, new countries. New countries mean new fish, right? So 30 new species of fish are in there, including a shark and a squid.
A squid.
What? Yeah.
Shark put up the better fight.
Yeah. That's cool. Dude, 30 new fish. And this DLC,
you said 30 new fish?
30 new fish.
Okay.
And it's their previous European DLC also added 30 new fish. So if you pick up both European DLCs, that adds 60 new fish to your game. Each, and the DLCs are $2.99 each. So they have that walkabout model. Fucking gold. When you do that, like honestly, you can support your game forever. As long as it's justifiable content and 10 locations, 4 countries, 30 fish, that's worth that price. No doubt.
Okay. Damn. Dude, I support everything they've done. From the first time we went into that was like, and that really changed the game to a degree, because I've seen at the time when it came out and we had talked to other developers, they would use real VR as the standard of what other games aren't. Like, no, our game does not have like real VR graphics. Since they use that photorealism background, which they're able to get away with because you're stationary, but still, just the water alone.
I might not have said the release date of the DLC. I might have just said what their next DLC is, but it's coming out February 26th, if I didn't say that. My mistake.
Okay. Fair enough. So this one's cool. New sci-fi shooter coming out called Stellar Plans VR. It's coming this March. But I gotta find the guy's name who made it, so I apologize. But it's described as a combination of games, like first-person shooter with mech combat and large-scale battlefields. But it's a solo dev, dude. And it doesn't look like it's going to be like the smallest little undertaking here.
No, I mean, looking at the
it's
screenshots,
improving on an existing game.
Mm-hmm.
But still, the fact that it's a solo dev.
Oh, does Stellar Plans already exist?
That's what it seems like.
And then they're coming out with Stellar Plans version 2.0.
VR 2.0. Yeah.
Okay.
Which launched on Steam in 2024, July.
Okay.
But they're completely reworked and enhanced, is in quotes, if I look at the Upload VR article.
And they're launching it on the MetaQuest on March 7th. Wow. Okay, this does look like a little bit of an ambitious game.
Right? And that's why when the word solo
Aerial
dev jumped right out of me. Yeah. First person
large
shooter.
Scale battlefield exploration.
Aerial mech combat too.
Rifles, broadswords, fighting robots, fighting dragons. Okay.
I want to talk to this person.
Melee weapon, shooting, skill trees, bosses. Okay.
I already have respect just because, like, how long does it take for one person to?
Dude, this is a massive game for one person to develop. It's listed on the quest page as an RPG. It is single player, but RPGs generally are single player.
Am I crazy? I know I read that it was a solo dev.
Yeah, no, it is. I read that. Okay. It says it on the article.
Okay. Phew. I was getting nervous for a minute. I'm like, man, I could have sworn, but either way,
dude, the mechanics on their store page, they have some GIFs on their store page. The mechanics look pretty good. Looks like when you loot boxes and stuff, it's like the items are physically in the box. It's not like a menu that pops up of what they're holding. Oh my god, that dragon fight looks cool. All right.
Yeah, right.
I'll check this out. Developer name is Universe Ocean, all one word.
You see the price right there?
On their store page, just says add to wish list.
Yeah.
Coming March 7th. Their website, this is the first time I've seen this. Their website linked on the store page links to a link tree.
Okay. Weird.
Yeah, they don't have a dedicated website.
Okay.
Always good to have a dedicated website, I feel.
You know, $100 a year. I mean, it's a solo dev, you know?
Hell yeah. This is definitely one to check out.
You see what I'm saying, though? That looks like a huge undertaking for...
Insane. I'll definitely check this out, though.
Especially if it's like 100% solo. Like, I didn't farm out artwork or none of that shit. I did like all my own environment. And like, are you serious?
Oh, I think if I hear solo dev, I'm assuming they grabbed assets and stuff from the Unity store.
I'm guessing.
Solo dev that's a big undertaking. But they did it, launching March 7th on the MetaQuest. So this next one is one that I'm not going to spend as much time on as I wanted to, as I haven't gone in and played enough to actually give a full breakdown on my thoughts. So you'll hear more from me next week on it. But Alien Rogue Incursion did launch on the Quest 3. And this upcoming week, there is going to be an upcoming patch enhancing the visuals and some performance issues. I have seen mixed reviews on this game. I have some people say that it is, I mean, they were extremely critical of the game on the Quest version. And then I saw some people say that, look, the Quest version is just a insanely scaled down graphical version, but it's still a good game.
That still doesn't sound nice.
Well, there's moments where like there's like unreadable text and stuff on screens.
Okay.
Because the resolution's so low.
So that sounds a little bizarre. No.
Yeah. Well, but they're going to enhance it.
I
got to go in and really go in.
Yes.
You know, I'm not. I've heard some people say that they've had a great time with it. You know, it's like one of those when you hear that type of range of reviews of some people saying the worst ever, then to the best ever. Like you got to go in and get your own opinion there. So stay tuned. Hopefully next week I'll have much more of an answer there of my actual thoughts on the game. But just to report the news on it, the game is officially in the wild on the Quest. Alien Rogue Incursion is out now on MetaQuest.
Okay.
Made by developer Servios as well, too, just to give credit.
I'm excited to try it. It's not too scary, right?
No, just
a little bit. Well, yeah, because nothing could be scary about that, right?
No.
Freaking serious. So coming up sometime later this year, version 2.0 update. Onward is getting what they're calling its biggest update ever.
Wow.
Yep. Meta confirmed a massive. Listen, Meta confirmed this will introduce a massive in quotes graphical overhaul across weapons and utilities, new map content, a new operator system, and 20 new characters. Wow. And they'll share even more stuff very soon. So there's even more.
Wow. I feel like it's been a while since we've heard anything.
Well, they've apparently been cooking. They've been busy on the back end. Yeah, well, I mean, when you hear words like being used in quotes like massive, that's, you know, you're setting a pretty big expectation. So yeah, I think they've been doing some shit.
Like 3 years ago, Mark Zuckerberg referenced Onward too in an interview. And there's never been anything that's come out about it.
Not for us.
Now, interestingly enough, it's been a long time since I've heard of content dropping in Onward. Mm-hmm. And Tier 1 that we referenced before is notably made up of some former Onward developers. I wonder if Tier 1's existence made Meta go, hold my beer. Let's push some content to Onward.
Well, yeah, but some of this, they would have had to have started.
Yeah, I know. To have a
more
massive,
than a year ago.
Massive.
You know, like a complete graphical overhaul of
1
everything, and then
million
adding 20 new
changes.
characters and fucking better looking weapons, and come on.
No, impressive.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that in the wild.
Yeah,
It didn't say any actual date, right? Just sometime later this year.
It's coming. No,
Yeah,
but they're going to
it's
introduce
cooking.
even more information later. So,
All right. Doesn't sound like it'll be the last time we talk about it.
Nope.
So, this next one, game we love, Ghost of Tabor. They launched their version 0.91 update. Oh, how we are creeping close to a 1.0 version, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, a tear could come to my eye. That's so sweet. Dude, remember
it's a massive update though.
Yeah, remember when there was only the silo and the island, and I mean, God, how far that game has come. Amazing. But version 0.91 is going to introduce things such as an adventure bag redesign, leaning. They've added leaning into the game, which I think is huge. They've added a new NRS system, improved scopes, and a whole bunch more. I'll put the patch notes on the screen as well, too. They even added a Grim skin in the game. If you own Grim, then you'll unlock it by opening up the game. That's pretty freaking cool. They added some more streamer items. They added ability to fold armor in backpacks. That's huge. They added a gun attachment to backpacks. They added new animations for the player. A new meta review reward skin. If you review the game on meta, you get the skin. Say you'll get it in about a week. Again, changed how scopes work. A whole bunch of bug fixes. So yeah, pretty meaty update. That's cool stuff. Good to see Ghost of Tabor continue to update. It's just crazy to see them, like I said, on so close to version 1.0. We've hit the 0.9s. That's nuts to me.
Yeah, man.
It's sweet.
When I saw the notes on the update, I was like, Jesus, googly coming in strong. Now, and with that, of course, will mean more fixes will need to be done, because that's usually how life goes. But no, that's some good changes, dude. I like the fact you can get the Grim skin. Did it say if that was limited? Like it'll be a limited time? Or
in the patch notes that they posted on Discord, I didn't see.
Yeah.
If that's a limited
That'd be my only
offer.
question. Like, what if you buy it like 3 months from now? Like
it just says that if you have Grim installed, you'll unlock the skin. So it doesn't sound like it just has. It can't just be that you own it. It sounds like it has to be actually installed on your device. That's fair. That's how they probably check it.
Okay.
Interesting, right? I'd probably boot up Grim one time to be safe too. You know what I mean? Don't just install. That's what I would do. I'd open up that.
Oh no, dude, 100%. Put a good couple hours in. Is there any sort of achievement or anything I can? All right, I know. Just so the system, I'll wait till tomorrow. Give it full 24 hours, servers to talk to each other, whatever. I'm sure it's as easy as you just buy it, though. And then they're open the damn game.
Also, in the changing how scope works, it says greatly improve the clarity of the scope. So, great stuff there.
Yeah. No, like I said, it's just a monster update. So, I'm happy for him. Do you know there's a thing called Horizon Worlds? I'm just fucking with you.
Never seen it when I open up my app.
Dude, nobody. I mean, listen, it's a great program. It's just being chugged in people's faces a little hard. That's the only complaint I really hear is like, you maybe have to do a little scrolling to get away from it, like an attachy friend that doesn't want to go away. But their Horizon Worlds now has what they're calling fantastical avatars, which will include the new Captain America. They announced it, believe it or not, at Connect in September that they were going to be doing some cool shit with the avatars. And then over the winter, they ran a program. And it was like some of the most sought after shit, because you have to do quests to get these. It's not like you can just sign on and go, I want it. It's not going to freaking work that way. So if you want Captain America, you're going to have to do things to get it. I'm not schooled enough in Horizon Worlds because I don't spend all my time in there to probably be able to get all these. but I already know that if I was into Horizon Worlds, stuff like this is what makes me want to keep going back in when there's some sort of an unlockable that, and it's going to be limited too. So it's not like, which I won't lie, kind of makes me curious. Like, shit.
Do you want to hear
Maybe we
what's
should go in
disappointing though?
What's that?
The avatar, if you unlock it. In this case, usually this isn't the case. Usually if you unlock an avatar in Horizon Worlds, you can use it across all of your avatar functions. In this case, with the fantastical avatar, it will only exist in Horizon Worlds. So like if you go into Miracle Pool, you won't have the fantastical avatar.
You know what that could be though?
IP reasons.
Yeah, like usage copyrights and shit.
Yeah,
like,
they probably are only approved to use it in Horizon Worlds.
Can't have Spider-Man shooting pool in someone else's game and doing videos of it.
Yep.
It protects everybody.
Yeah, but they're cleared to use it anywhere in Horizon Worlds, so you can have Spider-Man in a comedy club.
But obviously the Horizon Worlds audience has a need and desire and want for these kind of avatars. So I don't think
Marvel superheroes getting banned in Horizon Worlds for explicit words being thrown around,
a million percent.
People using that avatar, then going around and
Captain America was not very America. I'm just going to say his mouth was out of control and he sounded about 8. No, Horizon World's not that bad with kids, is it? I haven't been in there in forever, dude.
No.
I get scared out of places. You don't have to scare me out more than a couple of times,
The only things we've done in Horizon Worlds have been games like Citadel, and we played that just me and you.
Yeah,
that was fun. It was just me and you, though.
I fell for some of this was probably like half a year ago. They were posting. I think they had done some changes to Horizon Worlds, and they had all these new games that you could go in and play. And one time I just went for it, and I played like 3 or 4 different games that they had in there. And they were actually pretty good. They weren't that bad.
No, some of the world builders in there are good. There's a lot of potential. I think, again, the same thing you said, the criticism of it is how much it's shoved in the face.
Yeah, that's the only criticism.
I don't criticize the platform itself.
Yeah, I criticize calling everything Horizon World.
And I want to go in my app and fucking see games. Worlds.
Yeah. You dude, I'm with you, man.
But I'm not against the concept of the platform itself. I think it's actually
it's a great app. It's just not the app. It's
gotten a lot better.
It's not the app of all apps.
Don't shove it
down my throat. It's got a place in the ecosystem. Yeah. I mean, again, it's only... and it's just not my voice. It's like, got documented proof of it. It's an issue. People grow a little tired of having... like even you got videos that show up when you sign into... You can't escape it.
So, cool stuff. On to the next one.
Like Captain America, though.
Game Shores of Loci. It was a puzzle game that launched in 2022. They announced from developer Mike TV that they are coming out with a new chapter in the game, and it's already out. Actually, I thought it was going to be coming out next week, but no,
coming out this week. No,
coming
out last week.
Yeah, out now. New chapter to Shores of Loci. So if you're a fan of the game, or if you haven't checked it out yet, I mean, it's the perfect reason to go in, right?
Yeah.
So cool stuff. And then also the studio confirmed that the Steam edition will have the update coming shortly after.
Wow. I don't know why that game's not jumping out in my head. The game.
We never played it.
Okay.
We should go check it out.
I thought we did. No, I thought we did. I
never played it, at least it's always looked good though. So I'm saying, like, if you've never played it, now there's like, it's the perfect time, right? They just added a new chapter to the game. It's cool to see a game from 2020 still get additional content like that as well. So good stuff.
Speaking of good stuff, want to save a little money? Got some Quest Store February sale discounts for you. Nice. I'll actually read them off quick. I wasn't going to really read them off. I was just going to take a chunk full, but I think I can pull it off in a very timely fashion if I don't get distracted. So, some of these prices, dude, they're just so freaking good. Among Us VR, $5.99. A Fisherman's Tale 2, $9.99. Escape Simulator VR, $14.99. Kind of should be. Aspire 2, Stealth Operative, $17.99. Humanity, $14.99. I Expect You to Die 3, $14.99.
Steal.
Get out. Get
How much was
out.
Among Us again? Say that Among Us price.
$5.99.
Fucking man, that is a
Right?
good price for it.
No, dude. There's some. It gets better, or at least holds its own. Where there's not a bad price in here. Lego Bricktales, $14.99. That's actually 50% off. Mannequin, $9.99. Good for them. 50% off. Moss Book 2, $14.99. Red Matter 2, $16.99. That's a steal. Retropolis 2, Never Say Goodbye, $11.99. Slot Car VR, $6.99. $6.99. Star Wave, $12.99. Sushi Ben, love the name, $11.99. Ultra Wings 2, love Ultra Wings, $9.99. Vampire the Masquerade Justice, $16.99. And V Rider SBK, $14.99. 50% off.
Good steals in there.
Ends February 23rd.
All right,
11:59 p.m. PT. Yeah, it
About
gives you
1
about
week.
a week.
Yeah, just under
But
1
dude,
week.
that's I like seeing this.
That's a good random sale. Hell yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and I'll shout out Henry Stockdale, who I jacked the list from.
Like I have
Crushing
said
it over there at Upload VR.
He is, in my opinion, him and Nick Sutrutz, some of the best in the business.
Dude.
And I will say, Upload
unquestionably,
VR is definitely my go-to spot for VR news.
And we've met both human beings in person as well as in the digital form, and they are both every bit as genuine as they are in the digital form.
No doubt.
Just genuine human beings. But yeah, no, that's a banger list of some sales if you're looking to save some money but want some games. But man, Among Us, $5.99.
Hard to beat.
Get that for your kid. You won't see him for weeks.
I'll try to go fast on these next couple, but sometimes it's hard.
I tried.
Me too. It's hard. It's, we do our best. An upcoming VR adventure puzzle game, Selena, Mind at Large, is coming soon to the Quest. It is developed with the help of psychologists and scientists, inspired by the psychiatrist Carl Jung. You play as an assistant young girl, Selena, and you need to go through your memories and investigate your inner demons to help free them from a suspiciously named evil witch, Aniles. Aniles? Aniles.
Whatever you tell me, man.
But as you go into your psyche, you explore different environments. And they say the campaign is going to be about 6 to 8 hours. But they say the environments are unique to different aspects
6
of
to
the
8's
troubled
not
mind.
bad.
No.
What was the price again, sir?
I didn't see a price on it yet, but it is dropping on MetaQuest 3, 2, Pro on February 20th. For price, I don't see a price. Just add to wish list on their store page.
Okay.
Interesting enough, this one sounds like it has potential. Sounds like a trippy ass puzzle game, but I'll give it a shot. That's for sure.
All right. If you're looking for more deals, savings,
You're the deals guy in the segment.
Same theme, right? Like I said, the flow just makes a lot of sense.
Steals from Stratus,
Steal from Stratus. Created by Super Hyper Mega. You can't
Stratus
say slow.
Steals.
You have to say it hyper.
Super
Stratus
Hyper
Steals.
Mega.
Super Hyper Mega. Wet. It's a puzzle sandbox. Too many jokes, dude.
This game gets me so.
I'm so. It's a puzzle sandbox.
This game gets me so. Sorry.
You got it. I saw the trailer. You manipulate the environment, terrain, terraforma, and it looks like it looks like little rocks with faces, and basically you got to get water to those rocks and in challenging ways. But the moral of the story for this one is you can try it for free on Quest 3 and Quest 3S for 30 days. So,
and they also did that with Project Arios, whatever the game was called. They did that as well, the same developer.
So guaranteed to get you wet for 30 days on your Quest 3 and Quest 3S. That's wet. Am I lying?
Yeah, no, it's interesting concept that they're doing. Like, here, try our game for 30 days. And, you know, if you still like it, play it from there.
Going to get you wet. Go for it.
There's a game I was telling you about that I want to play with you. Content Warning. It's a flat screen game. There's VR mods for it and such like that too.
I didn't know that you can't play it solo. Like, I can't play it against AI.
There's not much to do.
Oh, well, I don't know, man. I wanted to like at least get used to it.
At least a little. I thought you could.
I went into I opened it and I'm like, man. So I literally have to learn how to play this, playing it with people.
That's what I did. We'll go in.
Well, yeah, but you played it with your friends, so
we'll go in. We'll go in.
A lot different than my ass being like, let me see what it's like.
But that developer, they're known for dropping their games on April 1st.
Yeah,
and
April Fool's Day.
And they drop them for free for that 24 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With no joke.
Yeah. So.
No cap.
Cool stuff. Wet. I'm excited to try that one out. So
I've trademarked the phrase now. Keep you wet for 30 days.
So this next one, this one's been talked about for a while. The Midnight Walk. It is a claymation style game published by Fast Travel Games. They first showed this off, I feel like at least a year ago, but it's developed using claymation in it for the artwork and stuff like that. So in the figurines and stuff like that in the game, you can see the claymation aspect of it, like the fingers pushed in the specific spots. It's a very interesting artwork style, and it's going to be coming to PlayStation VR2 and Steam on May 8th. So not really that far away. Looks like a very innovative game as well. It's also going to be on flat screen PS5 as well.
I remember liking, I think it was Stills. Oh man. I don't remember where we saw that, dude.
What, this game?
Like where we originally saw it. Yeah.
Oh, they showed it off. Shit, man. I don't remember. Like they showed it off a while ago.
I remember being like really intrigued. So, but I like the studio behind it. So,
and it's one of those games that's launching hybrid for PSVR2. Like you can play it flat screen or throw on your headset and play. Same with Steam. It'll be flat screen Steam or PC VR support. Okay. This might be the game that Fast Travel needs. Has a huge audience potential. Let's see. Very innovative game. It's got a lot of hype, and I've even seen some of the flat screen audience start to catch on and go, "Whoa, this one looks cool." So
really, okay,
yeah, cool stuff.
Kind of jelly about this one, dude. Sometimes, and I meant to say it before, off air, but it's seeming like we're going to have to go PS5s pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, Meta will always be my primary platform.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. I'm not saying let's jump ship. I just when there's things that I can't get on on my headset and vice versa, then I
feel like it's starting to hinder us as podcasters, right?
And then someone had posted on the YouTube video that like you should 100% get it just for Gran Turismo. I'll tell you right now.
And No Man's Sky.
Wait, nothing else. Yeah.
They said get Gran Turismo, get a driving rig, and it's worth it just off of that.
And
then
and it's funny because what?
I was gonna say flying around No Man's Sky together. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. And No Man's Sky and Gran Turismo in order, and then No Man's Sky. I'm pretty freaking happy. But for you PlayStation VR2 peeps, coming this year, Dreams of Another, which has me wicked intrigued, dude. You create objects by shooting guns rather than destroying them. What the frick?
Okay, that sounds like
It's
an
by Pixel Junk Game.
The Upload VR article is funnily titled "Turn Destruction into Creation."
No creation without destruction, where you create objects of shooting guns rather than destroy them.
Okay, you build by shooting.
Dude.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah, dude. There's been the last
this is going to be a really good freaking game.
Is it just me, or has the last 3 or 4 months PlayStation VR's library has been the best it's ever been?
No, it's
Arcane Age, like this, what's going on? The Midnight Walk. They needed this at launch, but it seems like that developers only started developing for it when the headset actually came out. You know what I mean? That was 2 years later,
hell, dude.
Yeah.
By the way, if anybody
this one looks good.
I would definitely play it. It's weird. It looks like its own entire original thing. I have nothing to compare it to. But yeah, man,
you told me that concept. I have nothing to compare that to at all. That sounds
and visually, it's like, how many hours has it been? I'll just say that. So now I think we need to, before the end of the year, we need to
next sale.
Yeah.
Next sale, we grab it.
But I'm not gonna get. Here's where it's screwed, man. Because just like with the Xbox, it's like I don't want the shittiest.
You want the Pro
just because it's the cheapest. I want the best that I can get because I'm going to be doing shit with it. I'm going to be fucking driving, man. Yeah, I don't want jank. I don't want to get a game. I don't know how this works. It's going to be a game. I won't even be able to install it. Like, come on, man. And I wonder if Grand Theft Auto 6 will be crossover, and then I could play it with myself. Just run the Xbox and the PlayStation. Be my own passenger in the car. That'd be so weird, dude.
No, that title does look good. Definitely gotta try that out on the day we get.
It further solidifies that I think we need PlayStation VR because I'm seeing all these titles coming, and I can only say they're coming. Have fun. Yeah.
We're supposed to be able to cover everything. At this point, thanks to the support of the Ruff Talk VR community, we can do PC VR.
And a huge shout out to Spoonfed as well on that.
Spoonfed on that as well too.
He sealed that envelope.
Mm-hmm. But I mean the Ruff Talk VR community as well.
Yeah, we got we can do PC VR, which is freaking huge, dude. I can play Bootstrap Island, Microsoft Flight Sim in VR, dude. Mm-hmm. I didn't think I got a big grin on my face because it's like I'm legit playing it,
And technically, you can do No Man's Sky on PC VR too. There's some settings we got to play with more. We went in there. That was the only game that's ever given me trouble.
It's not worth it.
It's not optimized like that.
Whereas what makes it not worth it is when I hear PSVR people going, "Hey, it's fucking great on my headset.
It's the best way to play.
It's the only way to play, man."
Yeah.
Like, really?
So don't be surprised if pretty soon we're able to cover that stuff as well.
Yeah. So I just want one.
Speaking of cool shit on other headsets, this might be the coolest thing I've seen from the Vision Pro. The NBA now has a app on the Vision Pro that lets you watch
tabletop
games.
Game that I know.
Yeah, right. Besides the content that Resolution Games has put out on the headset, but yeah, the NBA dropped a app on the Vision Pro that lets you watch games on a 3D tabletop view, and it looks pretty sick. Now,
badass, dude.
I mean, in fairness, on the Quest headsets, you can watch NBA games live in immersive VR, which is equally as cool. Both of these are cool. This is one I would love to see come to the Quest as well, too, though.
Oh, my God, dude.
Dude, seeing players play live like that. Imagine watching UFC fights like that. Overhead view of the octagon in mixed reality like that in your living room. Just watching them fucking dude. Be able to make it as big as you want.
For fighting and almost any sport, because you're only as good as the camera angle at the moment, right? But if you
I think this might be a better way to watch than immersive VR.
I'd want to try it, but I love the scale of it.
Yeah, you can make it bigger. It's Demio style with the board.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can make it bigger or smaller, if it's just what you get, but this is a cool one.
I'd hope you could. It'd be kind of cool. I'm thinking you can't, but it'd be cool if you could open it up full size of your room.
Oh, dude.
The only way this would get better is if they were holograms.
Yeah, this is pretty close though, man.
I like what I see.
Imagine if there's a replay feature on, or you could rewind or something.
Yeah, no, it's not even funny.
I would love to watch a fight like this from a view of the octagon. Dude.
Yep.
Innovative shift from the NBA.
Wait until a sitcom comes out, and it'll be the first sitcom made for VR. And that's going to be
You've talked about that for a while, like shows that are designed to be in your living room.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just thinking about watching like the Super Bowl like this and seeing every player on the field so efficiently.
Super Bowl.
Same
I
with
didn't watch
hockey.
the Super Bowl this year. I watched an ass whooping. Holy
I watched
crap,
the super ass whooping.
Neither one of us are football fans, but halfway through it, you're like, "This is a beating."
Mm-hmm.
You sent me.
You don't need to be a fan to know
blowout. Dude, it's so bad. Like, oh my god! And then, I mean, I'm not a big gambler, but every now and then I'm like, man, what a couple $100 on the Eagles would have done, but not as great as you would think. So
no, because I feel like it's usually pretty close odds by the time
it's pretty balanced.
Make it to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
It's like a close title.
They
fight.
usually don't take the worst team against the best. So
no.
But anyways, yeah,
that
I agree.
concludes the news for today as well. I must say we made it through.
Yeah,
it's a long one today.
I'm proud of us.
We'll get to editing, but we did it. We did it remote. But before we wrap up, as always, not like we've done it forever, but as of recent,
since the beginning,
let's list off the upcoming games for the rest of February and into March. So I'll go first, and then I'll pass it over to you. Let me know when you're ready as well.
Yep.
We have our upcoming VR games. I'll go over most of February, and then you'll take the end of February into March from there.
Yep.
In March, keep in mind, I mean, we know what February wasn't stacked like this at the end of January. Like, by the time March comes, March is going to look very different. There's going to be a lot more titles and a lot more clarity on dates as well. So we have coming out on February 19th on PlayStation VR2, we have Mutant Boxing League. Coming out February 20th, as we talked about earlier on the podcast, on PC VR, Pico, and MetaQuest, we have Ashen Arrows. Coming out February 20th on the MetaQuest, we have Realize Music Sing. And then dropping February 27th as well. I say as well, but that was actually the first February 27th. There's other February 27ths coming, though, I promise. But coming out February 27th on PC, VR, and Quest, we have All on Board. Then, also February 27th on MetaQuest, we have Crystal Commanders. Also, February 27th on MetaQuest 3, specifically. Ouch. We have Detective VR. Because if I remember correctly, that one uses a lot of mixed reality. Then also February 27th. February 27th is a problematic day on MetaQuest. We have Hidden Pictures, Agent Q. Sounds a little similar to the same market as Detective VR too. Then on February 27th on MetaQuest, we have Horror Simulator. A lot of jokes to make. Then, February 28th on MetaQuest, we have, can't believe it's already almost out, Farming Simulator VR. Then, sometime in February, maybe, theoretically, we have Boxing Underdog. Change your name. Then we have, also in February, sometime, Hellsplit Arena. Coming out sometime. Both those are on MetaQuest as well. Then on PC VR, sometime in February, we have Parakoto. And then dropping also with an unannounced date sometime in February on the MetaQuest, we have Pixel Arcade. And man, the first one on your list, I am so excited for.
Rogue Pinatas?
Yeah.
That bad boy?
Co-op light, shooting up pinatas. Let's go. Blah, 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 blah.
It looks like funny fun.
It just looks dumb. Like silly, dumb fun that I can't wait for.
So we got Rogue Pinatas VR Mageddon, February 25th on Quest. The Obsessive Shadow, spooky, February 2025. Well, of course, February 25 on PSVR2. Lovesick, March 6 on Quest. Pixel Dungeon, March 6th on
I
Quest.
totally read that as Dragon as well. I swear to you.
I don't know.
That's effed up, man.
So Symphony, which I'm excited for, March 6th. Stellar Plans. And that's on Quest, by the way. Stellar Plans, March 7th on Quest. Trailblazer, The Untold Story of Miss Benz, March 7th on Quest. Path of Fury, Episode 1. Titsu's Tower, March 12th on Quest. Sounds fun. Balls to the Wall, March 14th on Quest. Oh, they need to. I hope there's an Easter egg to that song somewhere in there. Dig VR, March 20th. PC VR, PSVR2. It's going to be a big day, March 20th for the Dig VR team. Boxed Out, which is probably what Underdog Boxing really is. No, I'm just kidding. Boxed Out, March 24th on Quest. Hitman, World of Assassination, March 27th. PSVR 2. Vertigo 2, Into the Aether, March 30th. PSVR. Nyctophobia, March 2025. PCVR. And V-Rider SBK, March 2025 for PCVR and PSVR 2. So another huge March day for V-Rider team.
I feel like V-Rider is a game that's going to shine on those platforms still.
It's going to be interesting on Steam. That's another one I'm like excited to see on Steam.
See them pump it up a bit.
Boxed Out. I'm excited for all these games.
Yeah, man. 2025.
Symphony really, to me, came out of nowhere. Boom. Here we is.
2025 has been a rough year for a lot of studios, but fuck, man, there's some good releases coming. Like I said, Civ, Stellar Plans looks good.
I mean, it's rough. It's just not rough on everyone.
Nope.
I mean,
not rough talk. I was trying to be corny and make a little
rough on rough talk. It's rough on rough talk.
So,
are you being roughy?
Any hoots? We did it. We did a remote episode. Somehow we talk more remote than in person, but it was also a stacked news episode.
It was a long one.
So sadly, no breakfast sandwiches and shawarma and doner
no
kebabs.
Shawarma, no doner kebabs. What kind of joint you running over here, man? Got nothing. I do it for the food.
Sorry, Reggie's not even hanging up here with me downstairs.
Yeah, I didn't see him once, dude.
He's downstairs vibing.
Yeah, I
it's a snowstorm.
Questioned whether he would have even hung out anyways because he had company.
He thinks I'm at work right now. This
chilling,
is how I, although when I work, I work at the desk up there, but like, he's like, oh, he knows when you're coming over, it's for podcast.
Yeah.
He sees me work up in here all day. He's like, fuck that. That's boring.
Yeah.
Go hang
I could do that. I could do that on my own. I'll curl up.
Yeah. That's a Monday through Friday thing. You're really going to do that on a Sunday?
Do you have his sweater on?
Supposed to be when you podcast,
His Mr. Rogers sweater.
Little as we've been podcasting for over 2 hours,
Yeah.
Jokes on him.
Well.
All right. Great stuff.
Sweet.
Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe, rate us 5 stars. If you're a developer, check out the Ruff Talk VR Gaming Showcase, April 4th, 2025. Applications open now. Smash that like button, that subscribe button, comment, rate us 5 stars on whatever podcast platform. Join our Discord, Patreon. Tell your friends, and we will check you out next week.
Tell your enemies.
Tell your enemies. Tell everyone.
Yeah, tell everyone.
Woo! Hopefully we're in person next week. So long as we don't get 3 weeks of snowstorms.
It's up to Mother Nature, not me, man.
Man.
What?
Yeah, it's a tough one. You can't really beat Mother Nature.
No.
A lot to say there, but
I'm not jinxing nothing.
All right. We will check you all out next week. Ciao, ciao.
Adios.
So, we